On December 17, 1903, the Wright brothers completed their first ever flight in the first ever aircraft. In the beginning, airplanes were primarily used for war and transportation. Fast forward 100 years to the present day, airplanes are now being used for a multitude of reasons. According to the FAA, 2.9 million passengers fly in and out of the United States airports every day. Planes may also be used for putting out fires, search and rescue missions, and medical couriers. Fast forward another 100 years, where is the future of planes going?
Drones.
Drones.
100%.
Drones are here to stay. The evolution of drones is insane.
Unlimited areas where drones are going to be useful.
See them a lot more.
So drones are slowly creeping in and we don't even notice it.
In order to get to know the people I interviewed, I asked them what got them interested in drones.
So, I have always been interested in photography. I've never had a camera, until this past summer, I've never had a camera. So I've always used my cell phone, and just kind of what I had around. And I've always just really liked, living on Cape Cod. I've lived in a very beautiful, picturesque place. And so I just always thought that drones were cool. And I watched a lot of YouTube growing up. And there's one YouTuber, Casey Neistat, who always posts these drone videos in New York and California. And I've always thought it was just so cool. And since I like photography, that's the fact that I could do videography and photography from the air and get aerial shots has just always been something that's kind of interested me.
See, I'm a corporate pilot, as you may remember in our texting. So definitely had an interest in things that fly and aviation. And this is kind of an extension to flying, a different view, kind of obviously another bird's eye view that you can't necessarily get from airplanes or even helicopters. And it kind of, keeps me in the air, so to speak, even though I'm with my feet on the ground. I don't know, and it's technology, definitely have an interest for technology as well. So I think combine aviation interest with technology, and there you have it.
The aerospace industry for the past 20 years. I'm actually a manufacturing systems and metallurgical engineer. And I have a family business where we deal with defense contractors for the aerospace industry. So what we basically have been doing this whole time is working on helping our clients fly components, engine parts, all kinds of stuff. And I tried to get into helicopters, RC helicopters, and I'd always break them. And I was never very good at them. And so for many years, I always wanted to get into that hobby, and I would always spend all my time working. And so eventually I broke into drones, and that was different to me.
I started Gwendolyn Studios. My middle name is Gwendolyn. My grandmother's name was Gwendolyn. So that's where that started.
Secondly, I asked if they owned any drones.
I have two, yes.
Okay, which ones? Which type?
I have a DJI Mavic Air 2, and I had just bought the DJI FPV one.
Okay.
With the goggles, and oh my God, that's awesome.
Over quarantine, there was a lot of time and not a lot of stuff to do. And so I also wasn't able to work. So I had unemployment money that I was able to get, and I had kind of a surplus of money saved up from that and just from having my savings. And I was like, well, I don't really have anything to do and I kind of want to pick up a hobby. So I bought the DJI Mavic Mini last May now, but I got the Fly More bundle. So it came with a case, 2 extra batteries, a bunch of extra cords and stuff for $600.
Yes, I do. I own one drone at the moment.
I have my hobby drones and I have my work drones. They serve different purposes. My hobby drones can range anywhere from $100 to as much as $1,000 per drone. My work drones usually start at about $1,000 and can go up to as much as $5,000. There's some cinema drones out there that can be as much as 10 to 15 for actually cinema work, the stuff that they actually use for movies. I learned to tinker with them and build them, and take them apart, and I go out and break them and fix them. I'm a bit of a collector.
I see.
And I like to have one of each. Work are very specific. But in terms of ratio, I would say that 60% of my drones are hobby and about 40% are work.
I then asked, what are some cool features that come with your drones, or do you have any cool accessories?
I love the thing. It's like the compact design of it. Like I can like put it in my bag, and I could put it in my pocket if I wanted to. Like, it's awesome.
I think the return to home feature is definitely a drone saver, because okay, you're supposed to fly line of sight, or even if your drone, you're kind of getting a little carried away in flying, and all of a sudden your battery runs low. And obviously these things now are kind of programmed to, when the battery runs low, depending on how far away you are, it goes to a certain altitude and returns home, instead of running out of battery and who knows where.
The propeller breaks. He's like, you can 3D print a new one. So for me, I'm like, it's worth it. So I went and bought my own 3D printer. So I have a 3D printer as well.
That's so cool.
Yeah, like I just got the DJI OM4. I'm not sure exactly how you say it. But it's basically a smart selfie stick with a gimbal. So this is what it looks like. It comes in like a little bag, right? And then this is like a tripod that can go on it. Maybe. Get it on it. There we go. Right. So this could be like an extender, or it could sit, right? So then this thing pops up, and it has like a you can put it on the back of your phone, or you can just like put it in there, right? And so when you turn it on, it'll follow you. So when you're blogging, I mean, I could be on a skateboard and this thing wouldn't wiggle.
Where is the coolest place you've ever taken your drone?
I filmed a wedding at the Cape Cod Canal.
Okay.
And it was, so I took some of the pictures, but I was mostly just for drone. So I flew it up, and then I have like video clips, and I have, you can actually get the whole family at a wedding, which most likely if you're on the ground, you're not, so I got some really incredible shots there. I love landscapes. I recently went to Hawaii, so I flew the drone on Waikiki Beach, which was awesome.
A little bit in Florida, and then the Caribbean, which was amazing.
Next, I asked, do you think we will continue to see drones in the future?
I think we'll definitely see more uses just to like save people from like different dangerous scenarios where we would previously have to go.
I mean, there's so many like little opportunities that you can get into with drones. I don't see drones backing down at any point.
There's a variety of uses that drones are currently being used for, and then possibly for the future, who knows, how much more.
Like drone pilots kind of just have that, well, I'm going to go and do, real estate and stuff like that, where I'm like, no, let's change the game. Let's change the playing cards.
What are some additional uses for drones that we may see in the future?
Agriculture studies, where they're checking on plants and farms to be able to see, where things are. They are able to 3D map zones. Construction sites are being now monitored with drones to be able to see on progress, not just a video of progress, but also being able to actually see, what kind of spacing they're going to need and whatnot.
I know Amazon is planning on using them for delivery systems.
I would definitely see a huge market for cargo and medical deliveries, and it's already coming. Just kind of personal vehicles, autonomous vehicles that we can just hop in and go to the other end of town, all autonomous. You just tell your destination, program in, want to go to this street, that street address, and it drops you right basically in the driveway. I can totally see that happen.
Some drones are being used to monitor power lines, especially when you're talking about, from here to all the way into the desert, where it's like, remote areas that nobody really, or there's no real roads. How do you send alignment up there to go up there, and he has to climb every single pole every time. So like companies like LADWP are training, they have drone for, task force or whatever, that actually they train them and they say, hey, you know what, you're going to send a drone and you're actually going to visually check each line for miles on end.
I see a huge growth market for search and rescue. Not necessarily here in Massachusetts, everything is fairly close, but once you start going out west, everything's further, vast areas, and people get stranded. You start using drones to locate them, drop in supplies, and kind of start organizing a rescue for those people. And in the disaster areas, totally see that.
And Amazon's one of them. So FedEx, UPS, I think even USPS, the police force and stuff like that, they're all looking into using drones for their purposes.
It's like search and rescue operations use drones to like search above like rubble and stuff for like natural disasters or things like that. Or like my professor, the police department at my campus a couple of years ago apparently asked my professor to fly his drone above some of the buildings near a graduation ceremony because apparently like there was for secure, like there was somebody who had threatened the ceremony, so like they were like checking the tops of the buildings and stuff. So that's stuff that like that's uses for the drones like I hadn't even thought of.
They've implemented drones that have night vision that are actually used to actually find people that are lost in mountains.
Binge watching Netflix. Once you fly a drone, you realize a lot of these new documentaries that are coming out, what is their intro? What is their outro? What is their in between? They're all drone scenes.
Big events where the police throw up a drone in the sky for ground monitoring. And
some people use drones for fishing and hunting because they're able to spot where the fish are or where their whatever they're hunting is. And so they actually use those things.
Yeah. So you have somebody that works for the post office, you pay them $16. Well, it's a snowy day, we have a blizzard. So now their 8-hour day is like a 15-hour day because they're, but they have to deliver the mail. Well, what if you have a waterproof drone that can do it in 6 hours? Okay, so you're paying somebody to fly the drone for 6 hours. Wouldn't you take that? And this is where I think it's really going to evolve.
After hearing all of those possible uses, I think it's safe to say that we will only see more drones in the future.